We are coming to you live from California's Central Coast. Each week, we bring you current information on food, beverages, and travel trends so that you can get the most out of your life. This is our Compass Hour. And what we do is we take one word that we call our compass word, and then all of our guests are based on that word, and all of our trivia, which Patti and I throw some questions back and forth at each other and see who can answer them the most accurately. We're not sticklers for accuracy.
You have to just be in the ballpark.
That is right. Speaking of the ballpark, way to go, Giants. Okay, so just had to throw that in there. Sorry about the A's. At any rate, our guests this coming hour include author Meredith Canham Nelson. She wrote the book Teaching from the Tap, Exploring Our Year in Beer. Life Lessons from a Year in Beer. I knew I was going to get that wrong because I left the book at home. It's right next to the bed where I was reading it.
We're reading it.
And so I don't have the subtitle right in front of me, and that's, don't always remember that one exactly. And then, let's see, we also will learn about a unique museum in Monterey County that you probably drive past when you're heading up and down the 101 and just didn't realize it was there. We'll point you in that direction. And then we'll take a look at political life. Specifically, wines associated with political life. And if you're watching online right now, I'm showing you the bottles. One is for the, wrong way. One is for the Republicans. One is for the Democrats. So it doesn't matter which of the two major parties you belong to. There's a wine for you. And we will be talking about those coming up in the next segment. But for this particular segment, it is time for our Trivia Smackdown. And Patti,
it's on.
It is on. I will let you take it away with the first question.
Okay, well, our word is life, and there were so many different ways. Life magazine, the Facts of Life. Remember Facts of Life?
Oh, you take the good, you take the bad, and put them both together, and there you have the Facts of Life.
It's a Wonderful Life. Anyways, I chose to go this route.
Okay.
The Game of Life board game, originally made by Milton Bradley Wynn.
Oh, you mean you want me to pick an exact year?
You can be in the ballpark. You can be within decades. I'll take decades.
All right. I'm going to say the 1950s just because it had the car and the nuclear family and all that kind of stuff. No?
No.
Oh.
But I didn't know this either until I started doing some research. 1860. 1860. It was called the Checkered Game of Life, and it resembled a checkerboard.
Oh, really?
Yes.
And, well, let's see, 1860, so you had little carriages instead of cars and pooper scooper for the horses?
It was a little different.
I guess so. Okay, so Life Cereal is what my little thing here, and I started the waiting music a little early there. Life Cereal ran an ad campaign for 12 years, from 1974 to 1986, featuring three brothers. What was the catchphrase one of the older brothers said to the younger brother when the boy actually enjoyed the cereal put in front of him?
Mikey likes it.
Okay, so this is where you didn't get it exactly right, but I'm going to give you the bell. Okay. The answer is he likes it. Hey, Mikey.
Mikey.
They were real-life brothers. That I didn't know.
Oh, I did not know that.
The kid's real name was John Gilchrist. That's the actor's name. His brothers' names, which I kind of find funny, were Michael and Tommy. So actually one of the older brothers was Mikey.
Not the little one.
Not the little one in real life. And Mikey was 4 years old at the time. They never changed that ad. They just ran it for...
It worked, obviously, right?
You would never run an ad campaign for 12 years now. But they did then. Anyway.
They were on to something.
Yes. All right,
okay,
Patti.
So going back to the board game. In the original Game of Life, the Checkered Game of Life.
Okay.
Players move from space to space after rolling what?
Oh.
Because you were saying it would be different back then.
So today's version, you'd roll dice, right? So back then, you would roll in the hay. I don't know. I don't know.
That was a different game.
That was a whole different game. That's the Game of Life. I'll tell you that much.
Okay. A teetotum. A teetotum.
What is that?
Six-sided top. You spin it. It was sort of like a
dreidel?
dice.
Oh.
Sort of like a dreidel. They didn't want to use dice because that was bad and associated with gambling, and this was a family game.
How funny.
Yeah.
Oh.
So no roll in the hay either.
Well, that's how you make a family. All right, so Miller High Life. Okay,
Oh,
Miller
okay.
High Life, brewed in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, changed its slogan in 1902 to which of the following? It's Miller time, the champagne of bottled beer, or it's the water and a lot more. Miller High Life, 1902.
What was the first one?
It's Miller time.
It's Miller time. That was way more recent, I think. Champagne of beer.
Patti Piburn, you. That's 2 in a row. I haven't gotten anything yet. Yeah, the answer.
But you might get this next one.
Well, the champagne of beer slogan was really popular nationally. That's when the beer started to pick up nationally. But it wasn't until 1972 that the company, you were right, began the It's Miller Time ad campaign, and that shot the beer into the top 10, and it's been there ever since.
Wow.
The champagne slogan now on the bottle just says the champagne of beer. The original one was the champagne of bottled beer. So there's a little extra info for you. All right, Patti.
Okay, so in the original Game of Life, back in 1860, the players started at infancy and ended at a happy old age. That was the last square.
Okay.
A happy old age.
And so I'm supposed to tell you what the old age is?
In the more modern version of the game, which you're right, the 60s was when the version became that we now know. It's gone through some changes, but that's the one that we all know. So what does it end with? The more modern version of the game ends where?
I'm going to say it ends at a Del Webb retirement park in Arizona.
I'm gonna give it to you. It ends with retirement. And you know what?
Oh, okay.
It ends at retirement. And AARP was not happy about that.
Oh.
They said, you know what? Life does not end with retirement.
Right.
For some, it's just the beginning.
It's just the beginning.
It's time to eat, drink, explore.
Right. I like it. Thank you, Patti. Okay, Food for Life Baking Company. It's based here in California. Has one of the most popular health breads in the entire country. The recipe is based on a passage in the Bible that calls for using sprouted wheat, barley, beans, lentils, millet, and spelt. Which book, and you might just know this by shopping at Trader Joe's or wherever you shop, which book in the Bible is that reference found?
That's a tough one.
You've seen the bread, and when I tell you, you're going to be like, oh, yeah.
John?
John bread?
Psalms?
Okay, wait a minute. We have to give Patti the official... No, Ezekiel.
I would never have gotten
Ezekiel
that one.
4:9 and
Leviticus? No.
The company says that by putting these grains and legumes together, you get a complete protein with all 9 essential amino acids.
They were on to something back there in Ezekiel.
Exactly. Okay, stick around, everyone, because up next we are talking political life. But don't worry, we're not going to get into anything too scary. We're talking wine. You're listening to the Eat, Drink, Explore Radio Network. Back in a moment.